A defender gets sent off for pulling someone's hair. A goalkeeper hands the game to the opposition on a silver platter. A striker returns from injury and immediately tears the league apart. And a relegated club somehow refuses to lay down and die. 4 Premier League games on Saturday the 2nd of May 2026. And every single one of them had something absolutely unhinged to offer. We need to talk about all of it. Let's start with the absolute circus at Molineux. Wolves are already relegated, confirmed. Done, finished. They've been down since the 20th of April. So what do they do when Sunderland come to town? Sunderland go ahead through Nordi Mukiele, a thumping header from a corner in the 17th minute. Fine, expected. And then Daniel Ballard decides to pull Tolu Arokodar's hair like an actual toddler in a sandpit. VAR checks it, red card, 24th minute, 10 men. Now here is where it gets beautiful. Wolves are already dead, they have nothing to play for, and yet they equalise. Already relegated, mid-table of the Championship, Wolves draw level through Santiago Bueno in the 54th minute. A header from a Hugo Bueno corner, by the way. 2 Buenos, 1 corner, 1 goal. Wolves, you absolute romantics. The final score, 1-1. Rob Edwards' side finishes their Premier League campaign with a draw against 10-man opposition, and somehow it feels like a victory. Over in West London, Brentford are dreaming. For the first time in the club's entire history, they are on the verge of European football, and they make a statement against a West Ham side that absolutely cannot afford to lose. It takes just 15 minutes. A Sunderland defender, Konstantinos Mavropanos, yes, that Mavropanos, puts the ball in his own net from a corner, because of course he does. Brentford lead, and West Ham's afternoon is already beginning to fall apart. Igor Thiago adds a penalty in the 54th minute to make it 2, and then Mikkel Damsgaard puts the cherry on top in the 82nd to complete a 3-0 rout. West Ham utterly humiliated. Brentford 3 points closer to the most unlikely European adventure in Premier League history. They are now genuinely, legitimately on the brink. A club that spent decades bouncing between the lower divisions of English football, staring down the barrel of Europa League qualification. Football, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, West Ham sit perilously close to the drop zone. The Hammers are sweating. They are just above the relegation places, and with every result that goes against them, the trapdoor creaks a little louder. 3 games left, and they are running out of time to save themselves. This is not where West Ham expected to be when the season started, not even close. Up to Newcastle now, St James's Park, and the mood before kickoff is not great. 5 straight defeats, 5. Eddie Howe's side had been in absolute freefall. The fans had been patient, but patience only stretches so far at a club with Saudi millions behind it. Brighton are the visitors, chasing Europe themselves. This has the feel of a banana skin. And then Bart Verbruggen happens. Verbruggen, the Brighton goalkeeper, gifts Will Osula the opening goal against the run of play. Just hands it to him like he's ordered a pizza and personally walked it to the front door. Osula, who had done absolutely nothing to deserve it, suddenly has a goal to his name. Then Dan Burn heads home the second against his former club, and Harvey Barnes completes the rout. 3-1 Newcastle. Jack Hinshelwood grabs a consolation for Brighton, but it is nowhere near enough. The losing streak is over. Brighton will be kicking themselves. Yankuba Minte had a chance to put them ahead before the Verbruggen nightmare and missed what has been described as an absolute sitter. Missed it, just missed it. And then the goalkeeper made it all irrelevant anyway. Brighton's European hopes take a significant dent with this loss. They needed 3 points. They left St James's with nothing. The race for European places is getting tighter with every passing weekend. And then the main event, Emirates Stadium, a sold-out crowd buzzing with something they haven't felt in a very long time, Arsenal versus Fulham. And before we even talk about what happened on the pitch, we need to talk about who is starting. Number 7, Bukayo Saka, back in the starting 11. First start since the Carabao Cup final. He'd been carrying an Achilles problem for the better part of a month. Arsenal had lost 3 of 5 games without him, and now the prodigal son returns. And Saka does not disappoint. Victor Gyökeres opens the scoring after a piece of brilliant work from the returning winger. The Swedish striker repays the favour moments later, teeing up Saka to score himself. 2 goals, 2 assists between just 2 players in the first half. Gyökeres then completes his brace in added time to make it 3-0 at half-time. Fulham absolutely obliterated before the break. The Emirates erupts. Arsenal are flying. The final score stays at 3-0. Arsenal don't need to add more. They have made their point loudly. And that point is this: the title race is not over, not by a long shot. Mikel Arteta's side are now 6 points clear of Manchester City at the top of the Premier League. 6 points clear. Yes, City have 2 games in hand. Yes, it's not mathematically done, but Arsenal are refusing to blink. 22 years, that is how long Arsenal have been waiting for a domestic league title. 22 years of near misses, of second places, of watching others lift the trophy they so desperately want. Under Arsene Wenger, under Unai Emery, under Arteta himself, they have come so close. And with 4 games remaining, this is the closest they have been. The Emirates faithful know it. You can feel it in the way they cheer every Gyökeres goal, every Saka run. But here is the catch. Manchester City play Everton on Monday. 2 games in hand means 2 chances to close the gap. Pep Guardiola's side have been ruthless in the final stretch of previous seasons. Everyone knows that. And Arsenal are also playing in the Champions League semi-final, second leg against Atletico Madrid. Coming up, first leg was 1-1, so they are fighting on 2 fronts simultaneously. The schedule does not care about your feelings. So let's take stock of where we are. It's the 2nd of May, 2026, match day 35. Arsenal are top and surging. Brentford are dreamers turned believers. Newcastle have remembered they're a football club. Wolves are going down with their heads held high. And somewhere in East London, a West Ham supporter is looking at the remaining fixtures with a feeling that can only be described as existential dread. 3 games left. The Premier League has 1 more twist left in it, probably several. And the man at the centre of it all right now, Victor Gyökeres. 2 goals today, 2 assists in the build-up play with Saka. The Swedish striker has been quietly, methodically, absolutely demolishing every defence in the Premier League this season. If Arsenal win this title, and that is still an if, Gyökeres will be the man who carried them there. Arteta found his striker, and this striker does not miss. Saturday the 2nd of May 2026 was a very good day if you support Arsenal. It was a complicated day if you support Newcastle. It was a confusing day if you follow Wolves. It was a wonderful, terrifying, beautiful day if you are a Brentford fan. And if you support West Ham, well, you already know. The Premier League, as always, delivers chaos on a platter and asks you to make sense of it. 3 games to go. Buckle up.